We're back in Rome. I love visiting Rome. It's the eternal city for a reason. And every time I come to Rome, I am always in awe of all the beauty, of all the landmarks, of all the ruins within the city. Hi everyone, I'm Noreen from Where to Now, and today I want to help you get the most out of your layover in Rome. If you have a daytime layover, I recommend storing your bags at the airport so you can easily travel into the city and explore. Luggage storage is located in Terminal 3 below the arrivals area. My favorite way to get from the airport to the city center is by train. The Leonardo Express train is a non-stop airport shuttle that connects Rome's airport to the main train station, Termini, in about 32 minutes, so it's totally doable with a short layover to go explore Rome. The trains depart every 15 minutes to 30 minutes depending on the day and time of your arrival. If you don't want to take the train, another option you have is taking the bus or hiring a private car transfer from the airport into the city. I recommend booking your tickets ahead of time to avoid long lines and to maximize your time in Rome. I'll link where to book your tickets in the description box below. I don't recommend renting a car in Rome, as driving can be a little intimidating, and also if you only have a short layover, why bother with the hassle of picking up your car and dropping it off? It's just going to eat into your time exploring Rome. Public transportation did just fine for us. Once in the city center, we'll be exploring Rome on foot. We had an overnight layover in Rome, so we decided to book a hotel for the night. We arrived at Roma Termini station at 5 p.m., and from there, it was about a 19-minute walk to our hotel. We stayed at Hotel Iberia Rome, which we highly recommend if you visit Rome on a quick trip. Hotel Iberia Rome is budget-friendly and in a prime location near popular attractions to tick off your bucket list if it's your first time visiting Rome. Here's a room tour if you're spending the night in Rome and need accommodations. The room was tight, but we had everything we needed. We only spent the night here, so this was perfect since we had limited time. We wanted to stay in this area without breaking the bank, and this hotel was great for that. After we dropped off our bags, we went in search for food. We stumbled upon Black Market Hall, an old abandoned hotel with hidden rooms that has now been turned into a restaurant. And this spot was so cool, you guys. As you enter, you notice that it looks like the lobby of a scary movie hotel. At least that's what I felt when I entered, with seeing all the portraits and the decor and just the vibe in general. There are so many different rooms, nooks, and hallways where you can sit and dine, and the decor is very eclectic, vintage, and run-down looking. It was great. I love finding hidden places like this. They also kept a lot of the original furniture from the hotel itself, and everything was repurposed to serve a new function. This hotel/restaurant definitely has a vibe. You can easily spend hours going through the rooms. There's so much to see, and I just kept being like a little kid, just running around hallways and checking everything out. It was cool. It was a really neat experience. I highly recommend visiting during aperitivo hour. They have a fantastic deal. You get an assortment of bites and a cocktail. You can choose from 3 tastings: vegetarian, seafood, and meat. We chose the meat and the seafood tasting, and they were both delicious. Our meat platter included some lean pork loin, local cremoso cheese, a mini classic bacon cheeseburger, a mini pulled pork burger with barbecue sauce, and a skewer with Californian prune and honey mustard. Our seafood platter included a mackerel meatball, a mini burger with panko breaded prawns, a bruschetta with salmon carpaccio and guacamole, a mini burger with tuna tataki, tomato chickpea hummus, caramelized red onion, and some crispy panko breaded cod. The combinations were very inventive and the flavor profiles paired really well with one another. With a full belly, we decided to start our self-walking tour and head to the Colosseum. Depending on the time of your layover, you can also take a guided tour and visit the inside of the Colosseum. I also have a 3-day guide on my blog that I'm going to link in the description box, just in case you have a little more time than 8 hours in Rome, because Rome fully deserves a good 3 days, so you can take everything in and take your time and slow travel, eating and drinking wine through these amazing streets. You can adjust your time at each location depending on your schedule and the day you visit. The Colosseum is a must visit when you're in Rome. It has so much history and it's a landmark on almost every Roman postcard. I also love walking in this area in general. I find it beautiful and fascinating how the old world, now in ruins, interacts with the new world filled with bustling streets, laughter, and a dynamic energy. There's a vibrancy and decayed beauty throughout the streets of Rome that is just breathtaking, and that's why it's one of those cities that I love coming back to. Even on a short layover, I've been to Rome several times. I always stop by to walk around these iconic landmarks. The Colosseum is in the center of the city and it's the largest ancient amphitheater ever built. Despite its age, it is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world. The Colosseum was built as an entertainment venue, hosting gladiator fights, animal hunts, and public executions. A great earthquake in 1349 caused severe damage to the Colosseum, causing the outer south side to collapse. The fallen stones were repurposed to build palaces, churches, hospitals, and other buildings elsewhere in Rome. The Colosseum could seat up to 80,000 people. That's insane, guys. 80,000 people in one space at the same time. Crazy. As you walk past the streets of Rome, you'll pass by a handful of churches. But I want to take you to my favorite church in Rome, Santa Maria in Cosmedin. This church is famous for having the sculpture of the Mouth of Truth. And if you're an Audrey Hepburn fan, then you'll remember this church from the movie Roman Holiday. This is my favorite landmark in Rome, and I have to visit every time I'm here. Even if the church is closed, I don't care. I'll still go and look at the sculpture from outside. This sculpture brings me so much joy and fills me with nostalgia at the same time. I grew up watching black and white movies, and Roman Holiday was one of my favorites. It was so cool for the little nerd in me to be there in person. I was like, oh my god, this is that famous scene in Roman Holiday. And yeah, this is my landmark in Rome. I love visiting this landmark specifically. On our walk, we visited a few other churches and marveled at their grand interiors, which boasted immaculate designs and beautiful works of art. This here, I have to say, was my favorite unexpected find. How cool is that? If you're in the mood for gelato, Frigidairium is one of our favorite shops in Rome. Beware though, the lines are long here, but the gelato is that good. Then we made our way to the main square. I love the vibe of this piazza. They are usually always playing live music here. And paid a visit to the Pantheon. This area in general is just great for nightlife because it's very lively, and with short time you get a glimpse of the nightlife in Rome. Then make your way to the famous Spanish steps connecting Piazza di Spagna and Piazza Trinidad di Monti. Throughout generations, the Spanish Steps have been a trending meeting spot. There are 135 steps that you can climb to enjoy a breath of fresh air and enjoy la dolce vita. And finish off with the iconic Trevi Fountain. This is my husband's favorite landmark in Rome. Every time we visit, we have to eat gelato while overlooking the fountain. The saying goes that if you turn around and toss a coin over your left shoulder inside the fountain, you'll return to Rome. All I have to say is that we've done it and we keep coming back, so try your luck and toss that coin because you'll come back. Oh yeah, it's always crowded here. We wanted to end our night with a traditional Italian meal. I found it challenging to find a legit, non-touristy Italian restaurant in Rome. The food tends to be okay, and the experience ends up feeling more like a tourist trap than anything, except for this one restaurant I visit every time I am in Rome. Al Vicolo 9. You're dining amongst locals here. The prices are affordable and the food is fantastic. Best cacio e pepe pasta we had on our trip. Also had a very delicious tiramisu. On a sweet note, it was time to say goodbye to Rome and fly off to Sicily. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. It motivates me to continue creating more videos like this. And join us next week as we explore Sicily. Till next time.